Hey YouTube, what's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Go, you already know. Hey, look, man, GoReaX type shit. But hey, I just wanted to let y'all know that today's video, we went ahead and did a longer intro because the first video, so we did a longer intro, little introduction. How you doing? How you doing? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to talk to you. You feel me? But if you ain't got time for no intro, it's like, fuck that shit. I don't care about you, nigga. I'm just trying to see the video, bro. Don't nobody want to hear you talk about you, bro. Don't nobody care about you, bro. Who are you, bro? So if you on that type of time, I feel it. I be like that with other niggas, man. Respect. This is what it is. What you gonna go ahead and do? You gonna go ahead and fast forward to the 5-minute flat. 5-minute flat. You gonna fast forward to the 5-minute flat mark. That's where the video gonna get the on and popping and just start from right there. So if you don't care about the intro, you want to skip the intro, go ahead. 5 minutes. Boom. You're gonna start the video. I also want to give a quick shout out to Black People Politics Network. That's Black People Politics Network. We're gonna put the link to original video in the description, so that if you want to go back and watch the original video without no commentary over it, go right there, Black People Politics Network. We're going to put the link in the description. Make sure you go on and like they video up. You know, we ain't stealing no content. It's all support. It's all love. You feel me? And that's for everybody on the world. You feel me? So going back to that one, make sure you tag it up with a like. Make sure you tag this up with a like. But definitely make sure you tag up Black People Politics Network with a like, man. Let's get to the video.
Smoke outside, I'm finna rock the stage. Shorty had it drop, fucked up his plans the way I make it rain. Make this shit outside, listen up close so you can hear the rain. No pain, no gain. Pockets fat as fuck and they keep gaining weight. Told her back it up, the way I'm piping made a change of face. Switching up positions with the bitch, I call it trading place. Try to finish this shit before I step back in. Record a hit, then go again. I just fucked two bitches, they was dressed the same, I call them twins. Locking the F in, I earned my scrapes, Tony Tiger shit.
Fuck popping with y'all, man. Hey, look, so I've been watching hella motherfucking videos lately. I've been thinking like, boom. So I'm trying to do reaction videos. Like, you know, you peep reactions in general, just in life. And once you get to a point of confidence where, you know, truth supersedes insecurity, then you're able to accept certain things about yourself. Everybody got strengths, everybody got flaws. And I believe this is one of my strengths, the delivery and being able to, you know, have a good time and use energy in a positive manner, for the sense of, you know, well, it's not always gonna be about joy or, you know, laughing every time. Like, I be watching hella serious videos too. I'm big on street education, you know what I'm saying? Shout out my folks in college, but I ain't with that shit, you know what I'm saying? Just from multiple different perspectives. It's not about the information and the learning information. That part is, there's absolutely nothing wrong with, you know, gaining knowledge, but I just feel like that's not the only way to gain knowledge. What happens in college is people give you information that you then study, commit to memory, and are able to regurgitate in a way that allows you to teach or execute said practice in a professional way. But if you start at the beginning of that, it starts with people telling you. So people can tell you anything from anywhere. I can go to the store and somebody can tell me something. And it's up to me to value that information the same way I would value it because I gave the university $50,000 for the next 12 months. But however, it's sports, social stuff, science, lots of different topics that I'm interested in. If it's something that, you know, y'all want to see me react to, y'all see something crazy, funny, serious, whatever it is, y'all want to see me react to it for sure, just hit it, drop that comment section, boom, right there, you feel me? So it's like, okay, let me preface this with this, right? I'm not a, how I should say, I don't give a damn about the game of politics, okay? Life is a movie about a game, if that makes sense. As we go into the story is that I'm not enamored with the game of politics. I'm still at a point in my life where I understand majority of things that are done politically that may or may not affect me, won't affect me for the next 10-15 years. One thing I'm big on is nothing is just, everything is because. And so politics is just a great real life example of that ideology. And so I like to look at politics because it always refreshes me and keeps me locked into that idea as far as myself to be following that. And I advise everybody else to follow that as well, you know. And so what I got today is called Black People Watch as ICE begins secret deportation of Latinos. Like, before I even press play, what I imagine, so like, there's a little backstory. This is everything I say. This is a beautiful thing about this country, but even just in general, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got right to opinion. You know what I'm saying? Just because somebody believes something or thinks something doesn't make it right. Don't make it wrong. Don't make it right. And therefore, the only reason for you to then have an emotional reaction on the back end of that is because of self. I read the title and the first thing I did was, that's crazy. Niggas don't give a fuck about them niggas. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, I guess me, I'm interested in watching the video to see if that initial deduction is relatively accurate or not, because I mean, shit, look at a motherfucker, you hear me? But I do know the nigga community very, very well, the black community very, very well. Excuse my French, I guess. I don't know, man. So like, more to the story though. Let's get into it, man. We're not gonna even keep talking. Let's get into the video and see what it's talking about. And I'll be genuine and comical at the same time if you can keep up with that. So try and be able to differentiate between the two. It'll help you. It won't help me. I already know. Try and differentiate between the two. I also make it very obvious at points where I feel like it could be misjudged. But yeah, without further ado, let's go and get into this video, man. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? We try and build this, man. We try and build this, man. You know what I'm saying? I got kids. All right, let's go.
Look, I've been living in California, LA, pretty much 60 years, born and raised here. And this fire is different. Something fishy is going on. We got half of LA pretty much on fire. But right now, at this particular moment, down in South Central, where there are no fires, where there are no wind, where there's nothing going on, you got ICE doing checkpoints, conducting checkpoints, looking for people.
Did you see that immigration raids were done in Kern County in California, basically against anyone who looked Latino? Listen.
Border Patrol activities is being reported all over Kern County, from Maricopa to the downtown bus station, even door to door and on freeways. But the Chevron, all 7 Standard, and Merle Haggard saw arrests firsthand.
Oh, we usually get our normal people in here coming in. They buy their food, they go to work, and they were field workers. And as soon as they paid their food and everything, they went outside. And as soon as they went outside, they grabbed them. They started taking their belongings. They were laughing while their food was being thrown away.
They, as a Border Patrol agents, employee can't
Damn, hold on. So these niggas went. These niggas walked in. It's like, and I'm not ignorant to I'm not gonna do this, cause like, for the simple fact ain't nothing impossible, but it is ain't nowhere for them to throw a nigga. You feel me? Like, it's not like Africa really gonna take us. You feel me? Real shit. I'm gonna be a whole being with y'all. Like, they gonna throw niggas in the ocean. Like, not doing it like this. Please, this is the mixing between the comical, but like, but it's real at the same time though. Like, you always gotta find the silver lining. Right now, it might be too early to say this, but it's a fact. Truth is always truth, even if it's the wrong time for it. But at least they got somewhere to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, where the fuck would a nigga go? Africa not gonna just, we not from there. And we ain't gonna get into nigga history and all that, etc. But there's two branches of nigga. If you follow like animal evolution, like, and I'm not saying animal, but like, use that same type of tree. Like, there's two different branches of black in this country that a lot of people don't even understand. There's a native black, and there's black that came from Africa or descended from Africa. And at this point, shit, 90% of us is both. But to the ones that descended from Africa, that's, you're not proving that to those motherfuckers. They ain't got no bread to be like, oh yeah, give us a couple million motherfuckers. Hell nah, nigga, we gonna be somewhere in the ocean. But what I was gonna say is crazy though. It's like, motherfucker went in that jump to go grab him a little breakfast sandwich and a coffee and shit. You know what I'm saying? Probably grabbed a quick Black and Mild for the drive to work and shit. You know, they gon' and step out that bitch. Like, you know, that should be crazy. I done been locked up, man, and a couple times, but like more to the story is like, I always be trying to explain to people like just the actual moment in which you feel your freedom taken is almost an out-of-body experience, where it's like, not that it's like on some elation shit, but it's just an out-of-body experience. Like there's a moment where you process it in that moment, and it's insane. It's intense. It's very intense emotionally, and I feel for motherfuckers like this, because it's one thing to be deported, right? It's like, it's almost like, hey, we gonna deport you in 30 days. All right, well, let me get my goodbyes out the way. Let me get this, that, and the third. Maybe I can do this before I go back, so I got a little bit when I go on Mexico or Venezuela or wherever my family descend from. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, bro. It's like, Biden was making decisions yesterday, so I went to work. So I was going, and that was Wednesday, and then it's Thursday, so now I'm gonna go to work. Like, a natural, normal human being ain't thinking about that far beyond, you know. And now I'm gonna go to work, and now I'm never gonna see nobody again. Like, that shit be the worst, bro. Like, shout out the Fed that did let me call my shawty at the time, but did let me call her, because I guess he didn't have to, but at the very least, I had felt like in that moment that I got to, look, hey, babe, I'm not coming home tonight. I'm getting locked up for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's no bullshit this time. Yeah, because it'd be plenty of times I call her, the cops got me stopped up, whatever, whoop-de-whoop, but, and, you know, it's no games tonight. Like, I'm not gonna be home. I don't know when the fuck I'm gonna be home. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and at the very least, amongst everything else, at least I had that sense of relief, because there is no sense of relief when you are in a traumatic, emotionally traumatic situation as such. And I feel for these motherfuckers. Like, bro, when I tell you, I'm not over here on some, oh, this shit, like, I don't give a fuck, I ain't them. It's like, and that's why I say I want to watch this, because I feel like I understand where niggas is gonna be coming from. But it's like, nobody give a fuck about niggas, bro. And I'm not trying, this is not about the, oh, woe is me, but nobody give a fuck about niggas. So don't be mad now that niggas don't give a fuck about nobody else. That's all I'm saying. We could make us better, bigger people, but like, if we don't, you don't get like negative points for that. You feel me? It's just like, we just doing what y'all niggas was doing, bro. Like, y'all niggas ain't give a fuck when we was talking about whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Because y'all was still fucking with them because they was giving y'all bread. Because they'd rather hire y'all than us. Yeah, we all in the same minority battle, but y'all got priority. Not Hispanics in general. I'm talking about genuinely motherfuckers who illegally immigrated here. But just more to the story, is here without documentation, for the simple fact that they're able to get these jobs because they're not getting paid no money. And so it's like, we gonna get back into the video, man.
17 News, Garcia says the agents, many undercover, parked right outside and took away 2 vanfuls of people.
Am I being detained for, sir?
Because I need to know if you're a U.S. citizen, yes or no.
The fact that I have the right to travel is not a good enough answer for you.
All I need is you're a U.S. citizen or no?
It's not obvious the way I'm speaking to you that I'm a U.S. citizen.
No, it's not.
So what was the scope of the
Nigga
stop?
just stop. Hey, this is welcome to life as a motherfucking black person.
Can you explain to me how I would prove to myself that
He said, hey, you got, like, what? Why you stopping me, bro?
At this point, all I have to
Oh,
do is
cause, just because? No, fuck that. Yeah, I can do that.
Straight
Just
out of
because.
an apocalyptic movie, Mercado Latino has never looked
What's
like
this?
this. A
Mercado
ghost town.
Latino.
Completely empty, even through lunch
Okay.
rush. The heart of the Hispanic
Mercado
community,
Latino.
Mercado Latino, also received a visit from a Border Patrol unit.
As you can see, it's completely lonely. Nobody's here.
Flores said around 30%
Yeah, that
of the
makes sense. I mean, if
businesses
you get
closed
everybody
on
out, you gotta
Wednesday,
think about
and
that,
when
bro.
he
It's gonna
asked
affect affect
Border
the
Patrol
economy
agents
too.
why they were there in the first place.
It's gonna affect you
his answer was
this
very
way
dumb
and this
answer.
way
He said,
at the same
"Oh,
time.
we're
It just
looking for
depends on which
Walmart."
side of the
This Chevron saw a
equilibrium falling
significant
on, but
drop
it's
in
gonna affect the
business a
economy for
day
sure,
after it was
because
raided
these
by
motherfuckers
Border
is putting in the
Patrol
work.
agents.
If you see a bunch of brown folks getting in a car, write down the plate number.
A letter titled The Brown Roundup Part 1.
And it states that starting the last part of January 2025, this nation will commence the largest roundup of brown illegals in our history.
Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Reporting live from Vegas for California.
Don't bite the
epicenter
hand
of the
that
Border
feeds you.
Patrol ice raids. Street level media here. We're here to show the world.
Don't bite the hand
It is
that
about to get.
Oh, he talking about the white folks. Man, I was lost for a second, bro. I got two white people. Ain't nothing racist.
It is about to get crazy. I'm telling you right now, we're on the verge of a different revolution. And we're not going out without a fight.
99% they are farmer workers. They are my regular customer, my regular bread and butter. Happened today. It is the first time I eat it. I'm a permanent legal person. And I'm scared too.
They looked Hispanic or like they worked in the fields or, they looked a little dirty.
These raids were also done
look
in
Spanish,
fields, outside
they
of
said,
Home
"Let me see your
Depot,
fucking
and while
ID,
people
bro.
were
You
just
from here,
driving.
nigga?"
Like this woman's husband who was taken in. This is happening to people who are working, who are just trying to provide for their family. This was never about going
because they
after
want
criminals. This is just about
Americans
racial
to get these
profiling.
jobs,
Congressional Black Caucus members see Trump's mass deportation promises as an affront to Black Americans. Well, I can speak for myself as a Black American, and I'm not offended
Wait,
by this
what did
at
he say?
all. What is
Hold on, I gotta hear the nigga talking to you. Cause he sound like he's saying something like what I said. He sound like he's saying something like what I said.
Congressional Black Caucus members see Trump's mass deportation promises as an affront to Black Americans. Well, I can speak for myself as a Black American, and I'm not offended by this at all. What does mass deportation have to do with me? I can't be deported anywhere, and nor can anyone in my family or any other Black American for that matter. This has nothing to do with us.
They gonna throw us in the ocean? Hey, look,
because you're a
they
citizen,
might throw us in the
you
ocean.
are in for a very
Don't
rude
put that past.
awakening. This
But
is
hey,
our new life. We have to carry passports
they gonna
with
throw
us
us in the ocean?
everywhere we
Where
go.
we going?
And I don't even think that'll be good enough.
They better
if the cops
empty out a
think you're a
state and call that
fucking
shit the new
immigrant,
nigga
they're gonna
state, and
take your
then
ass.
Anyone else got
it's
this weird
49
feeling of
states and this
impending
nigga
doom?
country. That's the
like
only
something
option I
is
can think
coming. I just feel like it's been so weird. Like the atmosphere has been weird. Something feels uneasy. There's just an uneasy feeling that you can't really shake.
What up, my beautiful Black people?
This nigga just say, "What's good, my beautiful Black people?" With a whole mask on. This motherfucker could be white, Migo, Middle Eastern, Asian, white. I don't know how I feel about that, cause I don't know no niggas to do no extra shit like that, and you Black, like you already Black.
Welcome to Black People Politics Network. I'm Mr. Red. For anyone questioning why Black people seem so cold to other communities of color or minority status, it's because the election has shown us that we are on our own. We know from our history that the people in charge cannot be trusted. Yet and still, we watch as countless minority groups decided they want to get in bed with people who don't care about them or their issues. It's always been about the whitening of America. Personally, I sympathize with the Hispanic and Latino people in these ICE raids.
You're talking some
I've
shit,
known
though.
people who are illegals. They work very hard. I have lived in Mexico. I watched how illegal immigrants helped to rebuild my city after one of the most devastating storms in U.S. history. Estoy agradecido por su trabajo en mi ciudad. But we, as Black people, cannot be blamed if we look out for ourselves. Despite how we feel as Black people, we also know that when their attention is done with whatever group they're targeting, they always turn their attention back to us. Today, I want to show you.
Yo, that nigga ain't never lied. Hey, yo, that nigga ain't never lied. Like, that's probably enough reason why niggas is over here on the sideline watching, because it's like, whew. finally, we ain't the ones who gotta play against these niggas. It's like playing the Chiefs in the playoffs, bro. It's like, shit. But more to the story. Hey, I don't make it right. It gives reason. You know, reason and excuse are not the same at all. There's no excuse, but that does provide reason, as to logical reason, as to why a majority of the black community probably is like, every time they see it, like they see it and it's like, I mean, let alone that's what niggas do regardless. It could be a motherfucker you just seen, boom, bow, shot, middle of the street. They going, what? I don't know. So it's just embedded in our culture to be on something. I don't know. Hey, it wasn't me. Like, real shit, you talk from like 4, 5 years old as a nigga that, like, if it ain't your business, nigga, stay the fuck out of it. It really come back all the way down to a cultural level if you want to, because I'm big on, I have a tree analogy that I live by, but I'm big on tearing up the roots if you're trying to fix the tree. Tear up the roots, rebuild the tree, you know what I'm saying? Don't cut no branches. You cut branches and what's gonna happen? There's still bad roots in the ground that's gonna stem up and grow new identical problematic branches, you feel me? So don't be trimming no leaves, don't be cutting no branches, tear up them roots. And you get to the root of it, it come back to a point in most niggas' lives where you're taught to mind your own motherfucking business, because you could get fucked up for doing nothing because you wasn't minding your own motherfucking business.
What is going on and what to expect in the upcoming months with respect to the Hispanic and Latino communities. It can and will affect us all. Let's drop in. Let's get after it.
So I don't believe you guys understand how big of a day January 20th will be in this country. That is Inauguration Day. But there's something a little bit more stranger that maybe you're not paying attention to it. January 20th will be the beginning of the squeeze of migrants for them to leave the country.
In a private meeting with Republican senators last week, Trump and his team said he planned to issue an estimated 100 executive orders on his first day in office, including making it much harder to cross the southern border. So the president-elect will likely try to reinstate Title 42, the pandemic-era border restriction that allows the U.S. to expel migrants before they could seek asylum, citing concerns over the spread of disease.
A few moments later.
Yeah, I'm not a big
Tonight, the CDC is now warning about 4 respiratory illnesses on the rise in 35 states. The flu, COVID, RSV, and norovirus. PRs across the country seeing a surge of patients. Many of those cases are flu-related.
Miami-Dade County is going to be ground zero for the Orange Man's deportation program. Now, if you didn't know, Miami-Dade County has a 70% Hispanic population. This fact helped the Orange Man win the county by 11 percentage points.
Y'all know Adam Silver.
First time a Republican has won Miami-Dade County since 1988.
Miami is also a place that is very easy to target with regard to the new Trump administration will be doing. USA Today reported last week that Trump's deportation plan could target as many as 1.1 million people in the state of Florida, and that represents 5% of the Floridian population.
Damn, I be saying shit sometimes it be sound so fucked up. But look, man, hey, real shit though. It's like a stock market, but like with people. Well, okay, the stock market is with people, but come on, understand what I'm saying. Cause and effect. If you ain't got a job, you ain't got no motion, you try to change that, and you ain't got too much ego as far as how you get your pay. You should relocate, like Cali or Florida, Texas, New Mexico, like Arizona. A lot of them companies probably about to be hired right now, and they not gonna be able to do what they did, where it's like, hey, we gonna pay you dirt to work 16, 12, 14, 18-hour shifts. They gonna have to break those up. So it's gonna be, for every one illegal that opened up a vacancy at a company, You need 2 Americans. So, and then Trump gonna be trying to say he got everybody back working and he got all these jobs. Man, you can already see the writing on the wall. See, some things is just cause and effect, bro. So the simple fact of the matter is, yes, when in 4 years a lot of Americans are more working and it's less of an excuse in general not to have a job because they're open, he's gonna take credit for that. It's not gonna be like, oh, I did something wrong to make it happen. It's like, which is a fact. It's like if you gotta take 2 steps back and take 4 steps forward, that's proper math. And I'm not talking about with this. I'm just being general with the math equation. But and so from his perspective, I can like, that's obvious that he's saying like, all right, get everybody the fuck out, but at least Americans got jobs. I don't care what y'all do to them, even if it's inhumane, because they're not American. So I got our people in better, more prosperous, more joyous situations, and so whatever happened to the ones that weren't our people is just a casualty of war. You know, I definitely see that being not only his perspective, but the general perspective amongst politicians.
They are folks who are undocumented, folks with TPS, folks with DACA, folks with parole. Very easy to target those individuals because the government already has their information.
We also know that he will try to invoke the Alien Enemies Act, which would essentially give the federal government the power, the authority to deport, to detain any non-U.S. citizen that they believe is deemed from an enemy country. We know from Operation Wetback that they literally packed hundreds of people into trains, planes, ships, and literally just dump them in Mexico. What Stephen Miller has also told us is that they are actively designing new militarized giant detention centers where they would pack all these families.
Here's Geo Group President and COO Wayne Albreza.
We expect the incoming Trump administration to take a much more expansive approach to monitoring millions of individuals who are currently on the non-detained immigrant docket. We have assured ICE of our capability to rapidly scale up our capabilities to monitor and oversee several hundreds of thousands or even several millions of individuals in order to achieve the federal government's immigration law compliance objectives.
Hold up. I need something to drink. Oh, them is the cats.
Now that Trump's won, the math, or should I say the hood, is coming off these white nationalists. Because listen to this white woman basically say she only wants white immigrants and wants to make us feel uncomfortable.
And I was thinking, you know, if I could press a button and allow free migration with whites in this country, I would probably do it in exchange for this.
Me, bro. That's what I be saying in general, y'all. To all my white folks. Shout out my white folks. And I'm not talking about outlaw. I'm talking about specific kind. Like, we get my backstory one day. But long story short, real shit, I got 2 white kids. So, like, that ain't happened from, we linked up at the concert type shit. Like, you know, so I done had plenty of experience with the white culture firsthand since even before then. And anybody who's genuinely had any experience ever knows that nothing's all positive, nothing's all negative, bro. It's real life, great motherfucking white people, good to the soul, you know what I'm saying? Good to the soul, good to the heart, you know what I'm saying? They real ethical, real moral, and it ain't got shit to do with nothing outside of just humane type shit, like human being concept, principle, what's right, what's wrong type shit. But like, more to the story though is that's not all of them, you know. It's not about most or not most, you know, majority, I don't give a fuck. But more to the story is that's not all of them. It's a fact. Like, I promise you, if you got any white homie, you know what I'm saying, you got a white man, if you ever dated a white person of the opposite gender, sorry, ain't gotta be opposite gender, but you ever date a white person, you ever, you know what I'm saying, you anything, you got a white man, you know, you locked in, shawty your homie, like whatever the case is, they'll tell you firsthand, like, bro, not chill. Like, white people racist as hell. They just covered up. I mean, we all know that they just cover it up, but it's just like black people do the same shit. But more to the story is, I personally think the world would be a better place if we just accepted our own fucking belief. Like, you don't have to like somebody because of the color of your skin. That's an option. Now, then people can choose to judge that opinion however they want as a general public, and it can be labeled as X, Y, or Z. But more to the story is, nobody can stop you from having your opinion. Just because they say, for example, if they abolish the ideal and the concept of active racism, right, to a level of death sentence, right, so that then maybe people really just didn't do it, you will still have people who don't like people because literally when it comes to the color of their skin, that is a lazy way or an unintelligent way of saying because of their culture. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to admire every culture in the world. Personally, I feel like you should have the ability to respect that whatever you receive from your culture is received in other cultures differently. And maybe if you don't appreciate the way that that is received or presented, you know what I'm saying, then fine. That's like, I don't like watching WNBA because I watch the NBA. So then if I go from watching the NBA game, then it's a different game. It's more about skill than it is athleticism, and I'm trying to watch the athleticism. So I don't like the WNBA game. It has nothing to do with women. It has nothing to do with anything else outside of the fact that I like to see things moving faster. Pause. But like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but yeah, I wish just be straight up, man. Nah, I don't like no niggas, man. Hell nah, ain't no niggas working for my company, man. Like, hell nah, you ain't coming up on my land, nigga. Like, yeah, bro, at least then it's not like you gonna be getting in bed with the motherfucker who hates you, man.
Situation we have with H-1B visas and everything like that. But I do think that as a society, we need to, at a minimum, stop being welcoming. These people need to feel a discomfort here and to want to go home.
That white nationalist is Rebecca Hargraves. And this is why I was trying to talk to Latinos and tell them, stop aligning yourself with Trump. They don't like you.
Her language is harsh. I've always wondered though, like, if you have somewhere to go, okay, let me change that. Not that you have somewhere to go. Just because your grandparents were born somewhere, your great-grandparents were born somewhere, you can go back there. That's fucking 60, 70 years ago. They don't give a fuck about that. And you gotta start from the bottom. But I guess just, if it was like, you could be here or you could be there, and either way you're gonna have to build up from the bottom, why the fuck would you pick here? That's my opinion. I'm here because I was born here. But if I wasn't born here, I wouldn't be here. You hear me?
Okay. Promise to end birthright citizenship on day one. Is that still your plan?
Yeah, absolutely.
The 14th Amendment, though, says that, quote, all persons born in the United States are citizens. Can you get around the 14th Amendment with an executive action?
We're going to have to get a change. We'll maybe have to go back to the people, but we have to end it. We're the only country that has it.
Through an executive action?
You know, we're the only country that has it.
But everything in the world is going to change on January 20th because the President of the United States is going to use every single legal, diplomatic, and financial tool to halt the entry of all illegal aliens into this country. There will be no benefits, there will be no entry, there will be no asylum, there will be no admission. You may be prosecuted, you will certainly be arrested, and you will absolutely be deported.
Breaking news. In a pivotal, unanimous decision, the United States Supreme Court has affirmed that the Department of Homeland Security, or DHS, possesses expansive authority to revoke visa petitions without the possibility of judicial review, even when the revocation is predicated on allegations of marriage fraud. The court's ruling specifies that this discretionary power of the DHS is not subject to judicial oversight under a federal statute that restricts court intervention in certain administrative decisions.
The other thing is, people are saying Biden is president, Trump can't do anything yet. Again, I'm going to call bullshit. If that orange turd can call his Republican congresspeople and tell them how to vote What makes you think? And this was right after the election. He wasn't even certified.
She called that. I just heard. She called that nigga on turn.
Melania, what makes you think that he would not reach out to Republican Congressmen over these counties and get some shit started?
I heard that shit later him.
At the airport.
She said, if that orange turd.
Boarding pretty soon, and I'm still tripping out that I'm about to go back to Mexico.
Now I'm seeing online where these farmers are saying that if mass deportation takes hold and these illegals leave, that
I guess that's just me. I don't know.
Survive for 2 days. You should have known that already. You voted for him.
What percentage of your workers are not
it's like
US
my view now is
probably
half.
To the future.
About half.
Yeah. How many hours does this go on?
It's 24 hours a day. You know, we could milk 8 hours a day, but it wouldn't be feasible or profitable for us to produce milk.
So you need workers like this year-round?
Yes.
Governor Kristi Noem of South Dakota, her farm is just a few miles away. This farmer who voted for her, who voted for Trump, who still supports them, doesn't believe that they would round up immigrants and ask them for their immigration status, because it's an open secret that farms in this state are held up by undocumented
sour
workers.
as hell.
You have to have a plan set up for that to take place. It's no different than the bills, healthcare bill and stuff like that. Nothing can be replaced unless you really have a long set up process for the next thing to take hold.
Damn,
you can't just say, hey, I'm going to get rid of these people and then look at the farmers that are left without workers.
You're not going to get an entitled American to come out and do the work that we do. It's hot. There's mosquitoes out here. It's uncomfortable situation.
Why do you tell someone who says, I be telling people about how it's a difference between
I don't hire undocumented immigrants. This doesn't affect me. Good for them. Get ready to pay more at the grocery store.
Wait a minute, they're Americans who are unemployed. Why can't you just hire them? They don't want to come out here and work in this extreme conditions, 100+ degree temperatures, dust, hard work.
The principles, the morals, the values, the ethics, everything is,
you know, we pay some of the highest wages for farm workers in the nation right here in California, and they won't come out. In California, we grow about 50% of the fruits and vegetables and nuts for the country. Any shortage of food like that is going to impact everybody in the nation, because not only will food be less available, it'll be more expensive.
What's going on right now in the state of Texas is the perfect example of how Donald Trump is not even in office yet, and the find-out phase of the consequences of voting for him are starting to come to pass already. I don't know if you guys heard the story, but Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, has offered like 1,400 acres of land to Donald Trump in order to help him with his mass deportation project, you know, to build more immigration detention centers, to help him in this effort to take back America. On the other hand, we have a bunch of executives, a bunch of owners of large construction companies in Texas stating or sounding the alarm, as they say, that the mass deportations could literally halt the construction industry in Texas, because the majority of their labor, I believe something around 60% of the people that work in the construction industry in Texas, are undocumented.
I've shared with you guys that I live in a predominantly white, ultra-conservative community that most would consider Trump country. I also shared that many of my friends are business owners, mostly in the trades such as floor contractors, roofing contractors. However, the vast majority of their skilled labor are immigrants. Undocumented immigrants on top of that. I previously shared that my friend had called and said that he didn't believe that Trump and immigration were going to deport the immigrants who were out here working hard and taking care of their families. He felt like that they were only going to deport the immigrants who were committing crimes. This is why it's important that people actually do their homework. Don't just read headlines or just trust everything that Trump says. Trump loves to tell everybody that it's all fake news. We can trust no one but him.
So all these Trump supporters, they see that there are no immigrants out here working. You can come get your job back, but you got to show up here at 4 in the morning and you got to leave at 8 o'clock at night, regardless of the weather, whether it's raining or if it's -2 degrees. You have to come.
Cap. Unfortunately. I'm sorry. They had to, by they, let me explain what I'm saying. I mean the people that Trump is targeting. I don't want to just call them illegals, because I promise you, every single person that gets rounded up is not going to be illegal, bro. It's going to be malfunctions. There's going to be fucks not given. there's gonna be so much corruption in the process that I understand everybody who get rounded up is not finna actually be no illegal. So I don't even feel comfortable just bracketing this whole process and everybody who is affected by this, what's going on, illegal immigrants. I don't like doing that. So that's why I be saying like they or them type of thing, because I guess I'm more talking about the ones that actually are. I'm talking about the ones who, since I've been alive, like I said, I'm 27 years old. Since I've been alive, that came across on some illegal tip, like real shit. Nigga, you can't. Maybe what? You got a kid my age, like you could probably go on back out there and get your motion going what you had. That's my other thing, is I'm not knowing enough about the Mexican economy as far as why the fuck nobody wanna fucking stay in Mexico. I know Canadians be crossing the border, but it is not as many. Like Canada does some good things as a country from the outside looking in. So it's like, I don't know why the fuck these niggas don't fuck with their own country though. Like real shit. That's on some genuine shit. Like if somebody could help me, educate me on that, I appreciate that.
Out here, you voted for Trump, so these guys self-deported. So now
for every
you got your
one
jobs
person
back.
who worked
So
before they
come out here.
they gonna get 2 people.
You don't get any health care
12,
insurance. You definitely are 1099, so you have to take care of your own personal taxes. And most
CEO doesn't care.
You only get paid
how many people work. It's like if you're a CEO, you see bottom line, and at the end of the day, I needed 16 hours of labor today. So whether one person works it, 2 people work it, 3, 4, 5, I'm going to pay the same monetary value at the end of the day for this 16 hours of labor, no matter how many people work it. Like if one person works it, he's just getting all this money. Well, actually he's not, because they get to save himself. But I'm talking about in the transition. Then he's just getting all this money. If 2 people work it, then I'll split that money in half. If 3 people work it, we'll split it in thirds. If 4 people work it, we'll split it in fourths. But at the end of the day, I'm not about to add to this. So they don't care about the fact that, oh, now nobody's working from 4 to 8. You're gonna work from 4 to 12, and then the next person's gonna come in, you're gonna work from 12 to 8, and they're gonna repeat that.
$1 a bell, so you have to make 100 bells from Monday to Friday in order to actually meet whatever.
And that's an ignorant assumption, but
whenever he talks about the immigrants and he calls them rapists, killers, garbage, and scum,
there's laws
the
in
worst.
place for
They're sending their worst over here.
illegal,
He's talking about you too,
you know
and me,
like,
because to him we're all the same. If he was walking down the street and he saw you and one of the people that had just crossed the border, he wouldn't be able to tell you apart, and to him it doesn't make a difference.
Why does the Latino vote differ so much from the black vote?
Because we got our own white people.
Understand what mass deportation is? It's everybody.
Wait, damn, I was gonna say damn. That shit said damn. She said because we got our own white people. That's a fact. I've been looking into moving to Puerto Rico, and I just got educated on the fact that there's a difference between black Puerto Ricans and white Puerto Ricans, and I don't excuse my ignorance. I was ignorant. I'm no longer ignorant, but yeah, like, so amongst different cultures, they have their own subdivisions. Like,
Hispanics that used
Shorty said we got our own white people. Can't just call us all, the Hispanic vote, the Hispanic vote.
Guess who they lived with? In an apartment with 12 to 15 people.
They came here illegal.
Yeah.
You're so fucking stupid and you deserve it. You fucking deserve it because you're so dumb. Jim, it's hypocrisy. So go with me here. Yes, I am gloating over your stupidity.
I'll whoop that
nigga. You have been co-opted because you're in a fucking cult. And you don't even realize it because you have stupid MAGA brain and you don't get it.
People can come from other parts of Latin America, marry white as like they're told to do, assimilate and assume a white identity that black people cannot escape.
I love me and Nina, man. Hey, man, the way they just be speaking their language, man, and it don't matter which language they speaking, man, the way they do it, like... Yeah, say it hits you like melt like butter. You feel me? You melt like butter off the way they be talking to you. That kind of and then they talking English though, and you like, wait a minute, that shit sounded too damn good though.
Hello, Ice.
Yeah, I got one.
A lot of the laws that allow immigrants to come to America and set up and live life are laws that black people fought for their own civil rights. And when black people are out here fighting for their own civil rights, others, minorities, whether it's white women, the Asians, and you Latinos, white Latinos, benefit more than the black people who have been fighting to get those laws passed. So when black people say to you, yo, Trump ain't shit, vote for fucking Kamala, you guys decide, nah, I'm not gonna do shit with black people. I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna vote for Trump.
Cause I don't trust you motherfuckers.
I'm not gonna hold you, bro. I'm not trying to hear that shit. I'm not trying to hear y'all try to separate yourselves now from, you know, into subgroups of Latino, you know, to prove that you didn't vote for Trump. I don't give a shit. We told y'all what was gonna happen. Trump is trying to end birthright citizenship and deport entire families. If y'all had listened to black folks, because we tried to warn you. We tried to warn Latinos and immigrants, and don't even get me started on the Arab community that went out and voted for Trump, especially in Michigan. Because we've been warned them about what was going to happen with them. I mean, not to mention in the Trump presidency, he even fucking instituted the Muslim ban, and they went out and they overwhelmingly supported him. The reason why we know is because we have been through it. That's the reason why we keep trying to warn y'all, but y'all don't want to listen to us. Y'all keep seeming to think that black people are just lazy or, you know, ignorant or something of that nature, to where, you know, us forewarning you doesn't come from some type of experience or something. Y'all think we just making it up.
No, outside, nobody knows.
So my husband, I'm like, are you sure you want to vote Republican? And he's like, he's saying he's going to deport criminals. You're not a criminal. Every time we go to ICE, they tell you, Mr. Juarez, your wife is no criminal. Keep voting for him. And now he's deporting his wife. And now they deporting me. They kicking me out.
Oh no, that's not funny. That's not funny. That's not funny. That's not funny. That's crazy. I'ma actually rewind that shit. What?
And I'm like, are you sure you want to vote Republican? And he's like, he's saying he's going to deport criminals. You're not a criminal. Every time we go to ICE, they tell you, Mr. Juarez, your wife is no criminal. Keep voting for him. And now he's deporting his wife. And now they deporting me. They kicking me out.
That's not funny. That's not funny.
You guys, I'm not even gonna lie. These raids happening in Bakersfield are weighing super, super heavy on me today. And unfortunately...
Shorty said, yo, you go vote for, you know, if you vote for, like, you gonna kick me out. That nigga said, blink. I got an idea. Hey, yo, that's not funny. That's not funny. The fact that that's not what I'm laughing at. The fact that she deported and, like, yeah, I'm laughing at the fact, like, okay, let's pretend he did it. No. All right. Now let's pretend he did know. That motherfucker said, bitch, I'm good off you. Boom.
I have experienced deportation firsthand when my parents were deported when I was, I think, 12 and 13 or 13 and 14. I don't even remember. It's been so long. And that was the hardest thing I had ever gone through in my entire life. Until this day, when I think about that little girl having to say goodbye to both of her parents, it's absolutely heartbreaking, and I literally have a knot in my throat just thinking about it. More than anything, I feel horrible for these kids, because I wouldn't want anyone, not even my worst fucking enemy, to go through something like that.
Living here on the border,
I want my worst enemy to go through.
No. Absolutely not.
I'm a real
should
nigga
happen with all these migrants?
They need to figure out something, but this is a long time.
So somehow I had
here since kids used to walk across. There was never a problem until Trump came into office. I'll just leave it at that.
Do you think Trump's going to be the man to fix this situation?
Nope, this is going to make everything worse. We're not going to have anybody get the food. I remember 10 years ago they were looking for workers to pick strawberries. No white people pick strawberries for any price. No price. No price. We're going to be screwed.
This is a deep subject that will affect a lot of people and have long-term implications on our country for years to come.
What y'all think? Leave y'all thoughts in the comment section, bro. I'm trying to chop it up. I'm trying to chop it up. I'm trying to become more knowledgeable. I'm trying to become more educated as possible. Genuinely. We're going to do a lot more of these. Not necessarily on politics. This might be the only politics. It's because of how fresh and how recent it is. But we're just gonna do a lot more reaction videos in general. Like I said, it's gonna be comedic. It's gonna be serious at times. It's gonna be sports. It's gonna be whatever the fuck I feel like watching. Because this is what I do like half the time. I just be watching videos. So, alright, but we out, man. Next time. Y'all be safe, man. Lock in. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, fuck with your boy. Tell motherfuckers to fuck with your boy. Let's get this bit turned up. You feel me? Real shit.
Hit and go again. Fake the loss, I had to win. She take it off and let me in. I'm taking off, I'm finna spin. I fucked her once, never again. Higher than